Behind closed doors, doctors often admit shocking truths about aging that they rarely share with their senior patients. These aren't just small details. These are insights that could change the way you see health, aging, and even life expectancy itself. And what you're about to hear may leave you questioning why these things aren't talked about openly. Stick around until number 1, because it's the most surprising revelation of them all. Think about it. Doctors spend their days caring for seniors, but when they talk among themselves, they sometimes reveal things that never make it into the exam room. Not because they're trying to hide the truth, but because these topics are complicated, emotional, or even a little uncomfortable. So today, we're pulling back the curtain. These are 5 insane things doctors secretly say about seniors. And the last one? It might completely change how you see aging. Number 5. Medication overload is more dangerous than you think. Doctors won't always admit this to patients, but privately, many confess that seniors are often overprescribed medications. It's called polypharmacy, when someone is juggling 10, 12, or even 15 pills a day. On paper, each prescription seems reasonable. One pill for blood pressure, another for cholesterol, something for sleep, something else for pain. But here's the shocking truth. When all these drugs combine, they can create dangerous side effects that no single prescription ever intended. One doctor recalled a senior woman who came in barely able to walk, slurring her speech. Her family thought it was dementia or maybe even a stroke. But the reality? She was simply overwhelmed by the sheer number of medications fighting against each other in her system. And here's the kicker. Doctors say this isn't rare. It happens all the time, but rarely gets discussed openly. But if that's disturbing, just wait until you hear what doctors quietly admit about something far more invisible. Something that can shorten a senior's life even faster than smoking. Number 4. Loneliness is deadlier than smoking. You've probably heard that smoking takes years off your life. But what most doctors whisper privately is that loneliness may be even worse. One physician said it bluntly, "I've seen patients die of loneliness faster than they die of cancer." That sounds dramatic, but the research backs it up. Loneliness in seniors can increase the risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, and even early death. Here's a story that brings it to life. A senior man had been hospitalized repeatedly for heart issues. Medication after medication seemed to fail. But when he moved into a community where he made friends, joined a card group, and started laughing again, his health stabilized. He needed fewer visits, fewer drugs, and he lived years longer than expected. Doctors know this, but how often do you hear it said out loud? Almost never. Because prescribing friendship or companionship doesn't come in a pill bottle. But if loneliness can silently rob years from seniors, what about memory loss? Doctors admit there's one surprising truth about it that might shock you even more. Number 3. Memory loss doesn't always mean dementia. When seniors forget names, lose track of time, or misplace their keys, the immediate fear is dementia. But doctors admit, behind closed doors, that many of these cases are not dementia at all. In fact, one doctor confessed that far too many seniors are misdiagnosed. Sometimes the real cause is a vitamin deficiency. Sometimes it's a side effect of, you guessed it, medication. And sometimes it's stress or even untreated depression. There's a story of a woman who was told she had early Alzheimer's. Her family was devastated, but another doctor dug deeper and discovered she was severely deficient in vitamin B12. After treatment, her memory improved dramatically. Here's the secret. Doctors know memory loss has many different causes, but the fear of dementia is so strong, it overshadows everything else. And while misdiagnosis is shocking, what doctors admit about exercise will blow your mind, because many of them secretly believe it's stronger than the pills they prescribe. Number 2. Exercise is more powerful than most prescriptions. Doctors prescribe pills every day. But what many of them quietly say to each other is this: exercise is often more powerful than any drug. One doctor shared the story of a senior patient who had been on multiple medications for high blood pressure, arthritis, and even mild depression. But after committing to a simple daily walking routine, his life transformed. His blood pressure dropped. His mood improved. His pain lessened. and within a year, he had cut his medications in half. Doctors admit this isn't some miracle story. It's common. Movement strengthens the heart, protects the brain, and even helps fight off chronic illnesses. Yet, instead of prescribing movement as the first line of treatment, pills are usually the go-to. Behind the scenes, though, doctors quietly acknowledge that if exercise could be bottled up and sold as a drug, it would be the most powerful prescription in the world. But even that doesn't compare to what they secretly confess about senior resilience. This final revelation is something they rarely dare say out loud. Number 1. Most seniors live longer than doctors predict. Doctors are trained to give patients realistic expectations. When someone is sick, families often ask, how much time do they have left? But here's what doctors whisper among themselves. Seniors are often far more resilient than anyone predicts. One doctor told the story of a man given 6 months to live after a serious diagnosis. He ended up living another 10 years. Not because of some miracle cure, but because of his lifestyle, his family support, and his determination to keep going. Another doctor admitted that predicting life expectancy is one of the hardest and most humbling parts of medicine. Seniors consistently surprise them. Their strength, spirit, and sheer will to live defy the textbooks. And this is the secret they rarely say out loud. Aging isn't just about decline. It's also about resilience. So, what does all of this mean? It means that while doctors may keep these conversations behind closed doors, you now know the truth. Too many medications can do more harm than good. Loneliness can be deadlier than cigarettes. Memory loss doesn't always equal dementia. Exercise might be the best medicine of all. And seniors are often stronger, tougher, and more resilient than anyone gives them credit for. Aging may come with challenges, but it also comes with hidden strength. Strength that even doctors quietly admire. If you thought these secrets were surprising, wait until you hear the everyday habits doctors say are quietly ruining senior health. You'll want to stop them immediately.